I've always wanted to visit India. Now, that dream is coming true. Not only will I be immersing myself in this amazing culture, I'm also getting the chance to volunteer in a local community and witness firsthand what daily life is like in this vibrant country. We'll be landing in the city of Udaipur, known for its beautiful lakes and enchanting palaces. It is often called the Venice of the East. Located in the state of Rajasthan in northeast India, my Meetawee adventure officially starts here. So when we landed in Udaipur, it was amazing. As soon as we got off of the plane, right in the car, it was immediate culture shock. It was like, we're here, welcome to India. It was right in your face. The sounds, like the sights, the smells, everything was so intense. I just feel like I just want to stare at everything. I want to look at everything and take it all in. But exploring the markets would have to wait because I was on my way to rural Bagard. It's a community where Free the Children works and where I would be volunteering to build a school. We left busy Udaipur for beautiful country roads that happened to be shared by hundreds of sheep and, yes, camels. So we're almost at the community where I'll be working this week to help Free the Children build a school. I'm not really sure what to expect, but I'm really excited to get my hands dirty. So driving up to the community today was the coolest thing. My kids were waiting like a kilometer down the road, and as soon as we pulled up to the top of the hill, they were all lined up ready to give us gifts. Like, we don't need the gifts, we're here to do things for them.
Welcome.
They had necklaces for us, they were all smiling, and they were eager to meet us and introduce themselves. Namaste! It was the most overwhelming feeling, but so great. They were so happy, they had the biggest smiles. These kids that are half my age were able to make me feel so welcomed into this community. We got to see the old school where the kids in the community used to attend. And it was a little bit hard. It's rough to see the conditions that they're used to. The windows can't withstand any weather, so it's their only form of light, but as soon as there's rain or a storm, they have to close them, and so, I mean, there's no school if it's raining. And then we started walking up the hill, and we could see from a distance the bright blue school at the top of the hill. With so many kids in the community, the 2 schoolrooms built just aren't enough. So we're here to build one more right next door. When we first got up to the new school, they did a Hindi prayer session that basically gives everyone good luck and good fortune for the building that we're about to pursue. And I was asked to be part of the ceremony, which was cool. It was, again, a lot of emotions at once, but so many colors, so many smiles, so many prayers. And basically we were doing a lot of different rituals, learning about the traditions that they do to give this good luck and good fortune to everything. They do this before every new project and every new community. It's such an opportunity for us to be able to leave our country and to come and explore a new part of the world, new traditions and new ways of life. It was amazing. It was so cool. After the wonderful ceremony, it was finally time to get our hands dirty. We were safety trained for the build site. They showed us all the tools, safety gear, how to use them. We did some stretching to loosen up, and we had some instructions from the foreman. And then we were ready to start going. I've got my hard hat, my goggles, and my pickaxe. And you hear that sound? That's the sound of a school being built. So I'm gonna go help them out. Who's having fun? So right now we're painting the prime coat for what will soon be a bright blue, just like the rest of the classrooms here. After building, we were going on a water walk. I've seen the women in the community carrying large containers of water on their heads, so I was a little nervous. But I was also excited to experience this firsthand with these incredible women. When they gave us the water jugs to fill up, and at first I was like, oh great, they're pretty small, we can do it, it's fine. And oh, it's just a 3-minute walk. Great, we'll be right back. pretty hard and there's not even any water in it yet, so we'll see how this goes. It was challenging just to keep it balanced with both hands up on the terrain. It's not a flat, paved trail by any means at all. We got there, and before even filling up the water jugs, we could see the effort that was put into creating this open-faced well. So right now we're putting the pots into this well, and all of the water from underneath is going to be circulated and brought up into our pots, and then it's time to head back. Okay, okay. This feels great. It was very, very heavy, and there was no way I could take even one hand off to balance that on my head. How they do this with no hands, I have no idea. And you can't look down because then the water pours all over you, which I learned the hard way. All right, Michelle is not a pro yet. What happens when you have an itch on your face? Doing that walk was a huge eye-opener. It was a very, very short walk, and we only did it one time. And they do it for much longer distances, up to 15 times a day. When you see the work that they go through to get just that very, very small amount of water just for their basic needs in a day, it really makes you think about the amount of water that you use at home, the times where countless times I'm guilty of not even thinking of the amount of water that I'm using. Oh, we're here. Barely. On this Meadowy trip, the lessons I've learned have just become so much more real and leave so much more of an impact because I'm seeing it. I'm not reading about it anymore or seeing it on TV. It's here and it's right in front of me. After drying off, I was invited to spend some time with a woman who had spent her entire life in this community. Namaste.
She's saying like, my name is Eji, and she's asking like, what's your name?
Mera naam Michelle.
She will teach you how to make roti.
Okay, great, thank you. Dhanyavad.
She's saying like, if you make a good chapati, then you have to live here.
Okay. I will move in.
She's like, you also have to work in the field.
Oh, okay. Wow. She'll have to teach me that too.
Yeah.
As we were making the roti, I was asking her a bunch of different questions. So how long has she lived here for?
एजी भाई ये पूछ रहा है कि आप ऑटो 50 साल में रहा होगा 50 साल like near about like 50 years.
50 years. She told me that she was married when she was 12 and had lived in that village ever since. Edgeway told me if she could travel anywhere in the world, it would be to visit her son, who was 750 kilometers away. It was truly amazing talking with her. I could have stayed there all day. Thank you very much for having me here, and I appreciate it. It means a lot to learn about her home. When I was getting ready to leave, they put this scarf over my head, and then all of a sudden I realized it was like a full sari. They're laughing at me. Another younger girl came into the house with her, and they started wrapping it around me and tucking it in my shirt and running circles around me, tying it around me, but laughing at me the whole time because I had no idea what to do, where to put my arms. I felt very welcomed because it was obviously something of theirs. It was their clothing. And I didn't expect to be so overwhelmed with so many different emotions. Don't worry, Mom, it's not a real tattoo. No trip to India is complete without a visit to the market. We are in the heart of Udaipur, and it is wild. We have everything here from pashmina scarves to custom-made suits, handicrafts, miniature paintings, jewelry. Ooh, those are pretty.
Beautiful this one.
I want elephant pants. It is so much fun here to bargain with all of the shop owners to try and find that one special thing that I can take home from this adventure. What about 200?
225.
220. What do you think? A successful purchase. So I'm on my way to the home of Kailash Ji, a famous Indian painter. And I'm gonna have a one-on-one lesson and he's gonna teach me how to paint.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome.
Michelle. Indian artists are famous for their miniature paintings. The art has evolved over hundreds of years, dating back to 600 AD. Indian kings have been known throughout history to place the detailed paintings throughout their palaces. Cool detail, I'm about to be taught by someone who has paintings hanging in the city palace in Udaipur. How long have you been painting?
I have the 28 years experience in the miniature paintings.
How long does it take to master a miniature painting?
About 5 years.
5 years. So I got a ways to go. Ta-da! It's getting there, but I still have a lot of work to do.
You make point.
Oh, okay.
You know, like this.
Okay, wherever I want. Okay. Can't even do the dots. Why are your dots so nice? This obviously takes a lot of practice. I feel Kailash Ji ended up doing most of mine. Just need to sign my autograph and then I'm done. I'm gonna name my elephant Ganesh after the Lord Ganesh, and it means good luck. After finishing up my painting, I had worked up quite the appetite. So I headed out into one of Udaipur's bustling food markets on a mission to find some perfect eats. Everywhere in India has been so appealing to all of the senses. With my favorite being taste, there's no lack of options and so much to choose from. Chapati, paneer, thali, I'm in heaven. After a morning of exploring, adventuring, and satisfying the tourists inside of me, it was back to the build site. There's so much to experience here, but I gotta say, contributing to the construction of the school was what really set this trip apart from any other. Going on a Meet-A-Wee trip presents you with a lot of challenges, but there's so much reward in it for everything that you do. At the build site, you work so hard all day to the point where you sometimes feel like giving up. This is hard work. But at the end of the day, you see the school and you see the smiles on the kids' faces. It's the most rewarding thing, and it's something that you take with you for the rest of your life. Udaipur is known for its numerous lakes and palaces set in amongst beautiful mountains. Today I learned that in the 1500s, the Maharana, which means great king, built 3 palaces here to enjoy the beauty of the area. If I was a king, I'd probably build one here too. Today I'm lucky enough to visit 2 of them, the City Palace and Monsoon Palace. Behind me are the gates to City Palace. This is the 2nd largest palace in India. Built by Maharana Uday Singh, he was the first of 22 generations of kings to live here. You could get lost in its hallways. They seemed endless and the views of the city were spectacular. I could even see the Monsoon Palace on top of the mountain across the lake. We left the City Palace and drove across Udaipur and up the mountain to get a closer look. One fun fact about the Monsoon Palace is that the James Bond movie Octopussy was filmed right here. Located at the peak of Aravalli Hill, the view of Rajasthan is breathtaking. Wow, so beautiful. The Monsoon Palace is so cool. Being on top of the mountain away from the city gave me some time to reflect on my trip so far. It was surreal looking out over Udaipur and a quiet getaway from the city. Well, besides all the birds who were making the palace home. This is henna. Look at how intricate all of the designs are. So this dye that they use actually stems from the flowering plant with the same name. And this will stay on for about a week before it washes off. So don't worry, Mom, it's not a real tattoo. I just couldn't believe how fast she did it, how detailed and amazing it was, and it's so pretty. With some beautiful henna on my hand and wonderful experiences, it was time to get some shut-eye before the next part of my Meetawee adventure. So I've just learned that if I stand here on the top step and make a wish facing the gods, it's bound to come true. There's no better way to start my day than with some morning yoga. Our yogi has made me feel so calm and at peace. Every day, millions of people in India start their day just like this. Feeling reset from the morning yoga, we headed to what was one of the most unexpected and beautiful sights I had ever seen. Hidden deep in the mountains was the architectural and spiritual marvel, the Jain Temple of Ranakpur. This place was massive. We walked in and it was one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. This is unbelievable. All of the Hindu priests that actually live there welcomed us with open arms and told us everything about their religion and the temple, all of the different rituals. So I've just learned that if I stand here on the top step and make a wish facing the gods, it's bound to come true. Each one of them blessed us with good luck for our life and good fortune. So you walk into this majestic place and there are hundreds of pillars. Each one is individually engraved in marble. And then I look up and I'm completely blown away by the detail in the ceiling. This place just keeps topping itself. It's unbelievable. I felt like I had seen the most amazing architecture in India. So as I walk through this temple from room to room, I find myself reflecting on my trip this far. From the work that we're doing in the village, the people I've met in the community, the smile on the kids' faces, and just the amount that I've seen and I've learned. And any nervousness that I had about coming here has been completely wiped away because I have never had an adventure like this. So we're back at the build site where some amazing progress is being made. Seeing the progress that we've made in only a few days gives me a lot of hope for the rest of the groups that are coming that will complete this school, and it'll be ready and filled with tons of kids, which is a great feeling. Leaving the community today was hard. Meeting all of the children in the community was amazing and was the highlight of my trip. They'll be in my heart forever. They taught me so much. They're the sweetest, happiest, most beautiful children. And I think that what I learned the most is that children are the same all over the world. Rachel? Michelle? We've made such a big difference and impact in this community, and those are the lasting, sustainable changes that are going to stay with them and hopefully change their lives forever. I can honestly say my life has been changed since coming to India. Not only did I experience a new culture and way of life, I've learned so much about myself. How I can make better choices when using resources we so often take for granted, value my education, and continue to help those in need around the world and at home. The people I've met and the places I've visited have left me with memories that will stay with me forever. I can't wait to come back. After the experiences I've had on this Meetawee trip, it will motivate me to do everything that I can for children at home and all over the world.
I will carry